Hello and welcome back, everyone. Thanks for watching, whether you're on the CMG_Esports channel on Twitch or on the official Road Company channel. My name is realBluTV. I'm joined with Fawn, and we just got done watching our quarterfinal matchup with Tyson Mentality versus SMCK. It went the full 3 games in that set, but both demolitions were won by SMCK, giving them the road to the semifinals where they will square off against Just Us Roco, who coincidentally is playing today because they lost last week in the semifinals. Could that happen to them again? Well, we're going to find out very shortly. But first up, our other side of the bracket has a semifinal matchup that's sure to surprise as well. It's Corrupted Minds versus Dr. Drhopbile, which before the break, I mentioned that is a combination of their names. You've got Billiams, Drew Whitlock, Ethan's, Hoppies. These are players we've seen time after time, especially Drew Whitlock, who used to be on what was the longest standing roster at the time, Lager, but has since left that team. That's kind of no longer a roster. Everyone from there has kind of gone their separate ways. We still saw King Prenate on a team today. Elvin was out there as well. Goldie Slays hasn't been seen in a month or two. And then you have Drew, who's over here playing with Billy, Ethan's, and Hoppies. They did very decently last week together. Now they've come back. They've made it to the semifinals. They secured themselves a top 4 placement today, but they're looking to make it top 2. On the other side, Fawn, we've got Corrupted Minds. This is the wild card. This is the team we have no idea about, someone we've never seen before, and that can be said about all 4 players across. Axe Volta, we might have seen them before. There was a team called AX Black or Axe Black in a 10K tournament a few months ago, but I can't recall if this person was on that team. We actually didn't even get to watch that team on broadcast, or we did actually watch them twice, but I can't remember if this is them. And then we have Tykins, who has their name backwards. Now I'm remembering who that is. When I quickly glanced at it, I didn't realize it was backwards. We know who Tykins is, but we haven't seen Giaroli or Just Kazaki before. So 2 new players at least, possibly 3, but we do know Tykins from the EU side of things. So, Fawn, what are you expecting out of a team that only one person we know about?
Well, I mean, we can look at their previous placements during the very, very first qualifier, right? I mean, we see them win against a team, I believe, named Tier 8, and then you have them lose immediately after that to a team named Gaming Gorillas. So, I mean, it is a matter of them making it 2 matches in and then not doing so well. Scratch how they did that week and look at how much they've improved for the second qualifier. Here they are, having beat Best Alligators, LMF, EUA Best Players, and now here we are with Dr. Drhopbile. They've made it all the way to the semifinals. That is one hell of a correction to be able to have from one qualifier to the next. It's a matter of that understanding. And so I think, at least from statistically, that these players have that understanding. They have that knowledge. And even though we only know one of the players, then even still, that says a lot about the team that he surrounds himself with how well that they've been playing today during the second qualifier.
Yeah, you're right. I guess you are. I mean, they made it to the semifinals, so they have to be doing something right as a team, as a collective 4-man unit. What are they going to have to do? Well, we're going to see where they're going. That could determine what they have to do successfully against Dr. Drhopbile. And they're going to Breach for our first demolition. I love it. And then we go to Factory for King of the Hill. If needed, Windward will be our 3rd map for demolition as well. And I'm liking this map set. I like the first 2 maps especially. I love me some Factory, and I love Breach as well. Whether it's King of the Hill or Demolition on either one of them, I'm loving it. I'm here for it, Fawn.
Yeah, I think Breach is also a really, really good map. I enjoy watching Lockdown. I enjoy watching Breach. So I'm glad we're starting things off on a good note for this set, Corrupted Minds versus Dr. Drhopbile. As once again, we will be starting things off on Demolition on Breach. And graphics right there up on screen. And we see what other maps it is that we have. We have Factory for King of the Hill, and we have Windward. Once again, standard ruling of Demolition, King of the Hill, Demolition, just to make sure that things are always consistent. And of course, to have a good time. Obviously, I mean, King of the Hill, I think, is a great map and great game mode and a great addition to the usual rotation.
All right, so we did see Runway banned out once today in a demolition.
Mm,
The next 2 games following, she wasn't banned or picked. So I'm hoping we get to see it.
mm.
Anvil, Ronin will be our bans coming in for this first game of demolition on Breach.
Okay.
I like the Ronin ban because obviously you can't see her unless you run Glitch. This is a very intel heavy map too. So if you get rid of Ronin, it kind of eases the job of your intel player, right? They don't have to work as hard. Or if you just can't play Glitch very well, and you don't want to play him, you ban out the biggest character that Glitch has to take care of, right? So now no one has to search for her with the Glitch iPhone. And then on the other side, Anvil, super, super good on this map, defense and offense. I mean, you go towards that A site, you knock out that knockaway wall, which is awesome, by the way, which leads me to talk about Factory here in a little bit. But with Breach, you can knock out those wooden walls or windows. You knock out that wall, you drop the shield, you drop the bomb, you get out, you can hold it from pretty much your spawn, right? So beautiful way to play there with Anvil. Get rid of that. Now you have to plant the bomb a different way or just go towards that B site, which is a lot more open and pretty long range as well. Whew, man, I'm liking these bans. I hope we get to see a Runway here this time. I want to see some Runway.
Yeah.
I don't care if people don't like it. I want to see it. It's the newest Rogue. It's the first qualifier, the first event of ours where she's available. Put her in the game, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I entirely agree with that as well. I mean, I would really, really like to be able to see Runway being utilized. I think that it is so interesting to be able to.
Okay, I thought I was gone there for a second, but I'm
See.
still here. Let's talk Runway. That's what Fawn was doing before. You know, see, even the internet gods don't want us to talk about Runway.
Right,
Fawn,
exactly.
you're back.
Yeah,
Let's go,
I
Fawn.
mean,
All right, you were saying
hey, listen,
Runway,
trying to be
best way
silenced.
to utilize her.
Well, hey, man, like, listen, like, everyone's trying to make sure that, well, not everyone, but the internet gods up there trying to silence me, not trying to talk about Runway. I think the best way in order to actually use her, I mean, well, first off, we got to talk about one of her, not one of her passive, one of her abilities, but I guess you can't count it as her ability. Her passive, being able to carry 2 primary weapons is already a huge and a big deal for a character like her because supply on demand, throw a briefcase that grants infinite ammunition and refills gadgets that can be utilized extremely well. And there, hey, Breach is a perfect map to do that on. I was just about to mention this. Breach is a perfect map to do this on because you have Fixer that's already being hovered. You have tons of utility on this map is extremely important. And I think Runway does such a good job at supplementing that utility because she can refill so much. Hey, there it is. We see her. The very, very first time that she is locked in today. Runway will be utilized here. And I think this is a great map to use her on too. I really enjoy her perks. I think having that trip mine, having the Simtex grenade as well, it really fleshes things out and makes things a lot harder, especially when you think about how Fixer can utilize his smokes and use a lot of his utility as well. You've got double C4s. I mean, you've got tons of smokes. You've got a lot of utility. And I think that is huge and plays right into the hands of Fixer, even if they have it on the other side as well.
Fawn, you know, her picture, by the way, I think kind of looks, this is going to sound bad because she's a female, kind of looks like me when I was at Paladin's Land, man.
You?
The sunglasses, had the slick back gray hair. I know you were there. Like,
yeah,
was this character's picture modeled after me? Come on, man. Hello? I'm the father of Runway.
I don't think that's. I mean, hey, Blue.
Let me have this, please.
No,
going towards A.
I'll let you have it. It's absolutely your. It's 100% your likeness as they head off to A, just to be.
I don't look like this specific skin that she's using, however, but there's a bunch of things being thrown at each other. Double smoke's already come out, and look at this. The ult comes out. She's got 2 more Sentexes. Look at that. They get it down, but they can pick them up.
No,
I think this is supposed to say incredible G, but it says incroyable. That is Gioroli. Just gonna call him Gia for short. Drew is that little emoji face on your screen in the kill feed right now. Ethan's, or just E today, with that nice skin that Dallas just got. By the way, voice pack for this character, if not the best, one of the top 2. in the game now with that Rockstar outfit that he got. But he's also doing Rockstar things with that Dallas revolver in his hands, Fawn.
Yeah, and I think that they didn't really quite utilize how they could have pushed into sight there, because the minute they actually ended up rounding that corner, their Dallas on the side of Corrupted Minds ends up getting taken out and downed like instantly the minute that he ends up swinging that corner, right? She throws out the briefcase. Runway is able to utilize a lot of her different utility and use that ability, but nobody else was really able to use it because it wasn't close enough to them. She used it to try and see if she could flesh out any more people on the side of Dr. Hot-Billy, but it just didn't work out that way.
All right, so it's no longer the pistol round, and they're going towards the B site this time. They also didn't win the pistol round, so they don't have very much economy for their primaries. But look at this. They throw Semtex, they throw an Incend, and then they just open the briefcase.
We have two more.
Hello. Victory market is what it seems like, because they can just throw out more stuff. Look at Drew playing a little dangerously. He goes down. Look at the gold weapons. He mastered a pistol. Yeah. You can't swap pistols between characters, though. You got to play with the pistol that the character is given. Can't swap those. Only primaries. I believe. I could be wrong.
I don't believe you're wrong on that. I
don't think I'm ever wrong.
I don't
actually,
think
even
okay, all right.
I'm always right. Even when I'm wrong, I'm still right. Like, that's just how I've lived my life.
Right, yeah. I mean, it makes 110% sense. And now here we are, you know, talking about a situation where you end up being able to utilize your knowledge in a very, very proper way. And actually, Blue, just to fact check you on that one, you can swap pistols, evidently. Based off of the weapon master system, since they're all divided up into classes. Yes, I believe that's what I'm reading right now.
Even when I'm wrong.
just to double check. I do believe you can actually swap pistols. So.
Well, that'd be awesome. You can use the revolver on some different characters there.
Mm-hmm.
EMP came out. That was not in time. She did get that smoke off. Williams, however,
oh my gosh,
C4 right in his face. He survives. Hello,
yo, she ate that. Did you see that?
Oh my goodness! Look at
she ate
Runway's
that
having a ball of a
Delicious.
time, just spectating the gun Apex style there in her face while she comes back around the corner, finds one, finds two, but Drew is going insane with a double kill of his own.
High in nutrients and shrapnel, as we already lose another round. Corrupted Minds are down 3-0 so far. It looked like a very good it looked like a very good take, but it didn't seem like it obviously didn't seem like it stuck. You already see right here as well, are keeping lots of pressure on them too. I mean, like, they pushed in on site, like they played very aggressive. They were already in their face about it, right? They pushed in and they were just already ready for the fight. They wanted the smoke, and that's exactly what they got. You have a situation here where they weren't quite able to hold on, though. I believe they may have played too aggressive, playing against that little window. They planted the bomb right next to that little barricade. They peeked the little window shape. It's not going to work out for them, because as soon as they look through that, they get lit up immediately. They're able to at least trade things out a little bit, but they weren't able to quite find the kills that stuck, since they were all so close and sort of sheltered into where that bomb plant was.
You know what's crazy about Runway is that, nice Semtex there from Drew. Wow. He easily gets taken out. Gioroli with the sniper rifle. It's mastered as well. Look at all those mastered guns. These guys are grinding. Hello. It's grind time these two teams are talking about. It is quickly over. And it's a fourth straight round. 4-0 now for Dr. Hot-Billy. What I was going to say is, you see a lot of people talking about Runway being OP. I think the way to fix her without actually making her not viable anymore is just changing the way her ability works, right? So I'm watching here. She throws a Semtex. She reloads through her briefcase, and it gives her 2 Semtexes back. She only has 1 to begin with. It should only give her 1 back, right? Because if it's refilling you, then it should refill what it gives you. Plus, I've played with a Runway, and I was using a Seeker, and I had a bounce nade. Unlike normal frag grenades, you can't upgrade it and get 2 of them in your kit, right? You always have 1, even if it's double upgraded. But I used her Runway ult, and it gave me 2 bounce nades. Like, this is kind of insane, right? Even if you can get 2 of one thing, if you only have one, it should only give you one back. I think we'd see a lot more runway play. Or that might just be the reason why she doesn't get played at all. But the Hydra, that thing is biting already. It finds one. Volta being able to use that. But Volta is not the one playing runway, meaning he has played enough runway just to be able to use that gun on any character with an assault rifle. A lot of people saying it's the strongest gun in the game now. Pair that with a double primary passive where you snipe them in the body and then one shot with an AR. It's deadly. One shot right there. He ducks out of the way. They did have a bomb planted. And just as I was talking about the Hydra, Volta finds another one with it. Hoppies is able to return fire, but Volta finishing off that member with the Hydra as well. There's a Deadeye coming from Tykins. He's behind them. That's Volta. Finds Hoppies now with the help of Giaroli as well, who's using the KA-30 instead of the Hydra on runway. And the Hydra finds another victim. That's 3-4 for Volta that round.
And overall, very well played too. I liked how when they planted the bomb, how far off site they played, because the guns it was they were able to have. I mean, hey, you mentioned the weapon mastery before. I think that was a perfect time to bring it up because that's exactly what we saw. We saw them utilizing a lot of those longer range guns. We saw the snipers actually being there as well. I mean, that's exactly what you can do. We saw the bomb get planted by Runway. Runway plants the bomb, throws out a Semtex just to clear a corner, uses the briefcase, grabs 2 more Semtexes, and the minute they try and push in to even defuse the bomb, she gets a whiff of that at all. She threw out 2 more Semtexes, obviously stalls the bomb out. That's the type of potential this character has. I think this is such a great map to play her on because of that, because of those longer angles. She can just pretty much toss it right on down.
I was talking with some people the other day. Think about a sniping fixer with a Phantom rifle just because of the weapon mastery. And look at this. Speaking of that, sniper rifle Phantom used to possess solely on her own. Now the Runway's got it. She's putting it to good use. Finds another one there. Bomb will be planted as well. They played this site perfectly the last round. They're looking to do so once again. Nice nade getting bounced off the wall there. Refueling up, 2 Semtexes in hand. That knockout wall is still there. E finds 1. E finds 2. Hello! He's going to go for the revive.
Oh, they get the next one.
Well, those are just the bleed outs. Bomb will be defused. Easily done this time around thanks to Ethan's. Put up some good numbers there with that DMR. He hasn't changed any guns at all. He's still using that Dallas DMR.
And it's working out too. I mean, we saw how aggressive they were able to play up on high ground. They fleshed out a lot of different people that were staying close by. They swung things together just as a team should. And they were able to utilize their mechanics in a way that made sense. And because of that, here you are in a situation where you find yourselves up 5-1 instead of previously being on the 4-1 that we saw before. That is just great, honestly. I mean, that is they are playing this well. They are playing this map extremely well. Dr. Drhopbile, their team's doing phenomenally.
Here we see them pushing towards the B site this time around. Semtex comes out, briefcase as well to refuel. He's thrown everything he's had. Now they will be planting the bomb. Nice smoke. That covers the jump wall as well as that cut from mid.
Seems like for
By the way, the briefcase was destroyed by glitch, Fawn.
Yeah, and while she was trying to grab the nades, it didn't give her the nades in time either. It was just, it interrupted her immediately grabbing them. Oh my goodness! Sheesh! Pushes in once again, gets 2 down with the DMR, gets another. Oh my gosh!
Wait, he got 3. If he gets that, that's the 4K. Ethan's.
Hey.
He said, "Hold on,
hey man,
hold on. Let me show you how to do this. I don't need a sniper rifle to do sniper things. Look at that." Oh my goodness. He found all 4 knocks there with that DMR rifle in his hands. He's doing some massive damage. Whoo, that lever action, baby. I've been playing a lot of Red Dead lately, Fawn, and I'm using this gun, the repeater, lever action. Every time I shoot that thing, I just think of Dallas. I just think of Dallas. Although the one in Red Dead is not as good as the one in this game.
No, it is not. No, you definitely don't want to stick with the lever action in Red Dead 2. That's for sure. want to try and steer away from that gun, in my opinion. I definitely think that they're actually. Here's what I'm actually curious about. So they're running the runway again, and I think that
On the defense,
it makes sense to me. Right, exactly. It makes sense to me on the attack, but on the defense, I'm having a little bit of a problem trying to understand that. I mean, I guess it makes more sense.
Well, she
you
gets
are
trip
playing
mines
on your side of the map, exactly, and she has those trip mines as well. I mean, you can restock up on those, but she's not running the trip mines right now. She's running the Simtex once again. I guess just to play a little bit more of an aggressive style. I mean, she hears the bomb plant. I mean, she can't go nuts with those Simtex. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, there's any time she hears that bomb plant, one beep, and that Simtex is going wide. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out. I'm glad that they are using it on defense because now we get to see it on both sides of the demo here. Just listen to that voice line. Yeah! They get a bomb planted pretty easily behind the smoke. That's my impression of that skin voice line. That's the only time I'm going to do it. Now they're going to have to try and push into this. No smokes or anything available for them unless Dahlia did buy a smoke. If she did, nope, she didn't. She just threw a nade. They can use the briefcase here. Be wary. There is a glitch once again. He was able to catch it one time. Can he catch it again? Speaking of catching, Drew on that glitch just caught him off guard. He came from mid. Look at this. They're going to try and push into him, but only one member. They will get the down. Volta putting up nice numbers, but Billiams finds one. Hoppy's found one as well. And the guy who found that glitch is the only man standing. It's Dallas. Doesn't have any lever action guns on him this time. Just the a revolver, this 6-shooter, and it won't help him out as he gets chased down. 7-1 now. Dr. Hot Billy looking to put themselves up 1-0.
Our match point right now for Dr. Hot Billy. All they need is one more plant and a great post plant, just like how they played. And this will be the first game that goes to them. Not really finding too much of the value in runway on this defensive side because of Glitch. I think Glitch has made her life kind of a living hell. I believe that's why she's using her briefcase a lot further away from the enemy team and just trying to utilize it in whatever way that she can, just so you can have some extra Simtex and just force people out instead of just being able to comfortably place it where she wants to. Bust through the wall like a Kool-Aid, like the Kool-Aid man, and he plants the bomb, backs up, and that was, wow, that was amazingly a free sight for them to be able to plant that.
Busting through the wall like the Kool-Aid man. I love it. Haven't heard that one yet, so that one's new, but I love it. You know, I love this map because you can break these line of sight wooden barriers. Can't do it on the other side of the map, although it would be cool if there was a couple more. I like Factory too, which is our second map we're going to, just because it has a sandstorm. There's no weather effects on any other map. Always seems to be that one map that's a little bit different. Billiams finds a double with the Mamba. He's using the fixer. Oh, one shot away from finding a triple, but he turns the corner and instantly gets taken out. Ethan's falling deathly low, has to back up. Looks like one person from the defenders has been disconnected. Doesn't matter. Game's over. 8-1. Dr. Hotbilly take it. 12 downs for Ethan. 9-8-7 were the other three teammates of his, but Ethan's with that DMR. Ooh, man, just went to work with Dallas in his hands. He did some damage. That's 8-1. That's a tough one to swallow, but I think that's a lot easier than if you were to go 7-7 and then lose that last round, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the replays. Fawn. Ethan was looking pretty nice, huh?
He was. I mean, you see his, once again, crosshair placement being great. I mean, he's popping headshots, no problem. Not even a single issue on the side of that team. Obviously, you see them right here trying to fight, tossing out the Simtex, just keeping a lot, very, very in-your-face sort of playstyles from both of these teams, by the way. Like, even we saw it. Wow, what a great shot, man. Seeing that again. I mean, even though we saw it, like, it is crazy to be able to...
Was that second one a... Is that a hip-fire headshot there?
Yeah, it was, yes. Peeked around the corner and he hip-fired headshot. Yeah, I mean, hey, you mentioned it before. I mean, he was kind of going crazy, and that's exactly what we saw happen on Breach right there. I mean, that is them So both teams were playing really aggressively just to try and get that bomb down on site. But I actually think that I kind of want to talk about the glitch a little bit, because I think that that glitch not only stalled a few of their pushes, but also and disabled the enemy team from being able to use their gadget how we want to, like how we saw with Runway trying to restock, get a second Simtex, and enabled more of the team that Glitch was on, right? I mean, enabling his own team to do and take a site a lot more easier. Retake became that much more easy when you didn't have to worry about a lot of that utility, the smokes, the thermal goggles, the everything, because that's exactly what happened. We saw E pop off immediately, right? On the Dallas, shooting and making sure that he's getting these headshots, getting all these downs. But at the end of the day, that retake was a lot easier because of the glitch. And I think that plays a huge role into how that draft won them that game.
You know what's crazy is I was going to say the same thing, because the glitch usually,
Really?
especially
Yeah.
on the map like Breach, we see them trying to flank all the time.
Right.
Juju said, I don't need to do that. He did flank once when they were on attack. He came through mid
Mm-hmm.
after they had planted the bomb and everyone was pushing into them. But other than that one time, I don't really believe he flanked. He just said, okay, they've got a runway. They're going to be overcompensating for how
Right.
much util they're going to have for my teammates. Let me just stay here.
Mm-hmm.
They bring out their runway thing. He can see it being put on the ground. Boom, pull
Right.
out the hack, get it down. But we're going to King of the Hill on Factory for game number 2, with Corrupted Minds needing to win this to force a game 3 and have a chance at the finals for today. And also their chance at getting a big chunk of that $1,000 we're giving out today. If they lose here, they only get $100. So think about that, right? Bans. Dr. Hotbilly will be banning out Scorch. Corrupted Minds banning out Anvil. So Anvil, we did see have a tremendous part of success in the last set we watched today on King of the Hill, on Favelas. But here on Factory, it's a lot better too. A lot more tighter spaces, a lot more corners, a lot more obstacles to work with that shield on the objective and hold strong there. Scorch, same thing, right? Sit on the point. If you throw an Incend from a Vi or a Dallas, it kind of nullifies because she can just sit in that fire, pair it with a Dahlia. Or if you have a runway out there who's refueling Incends, that's not going to work out either. So, Fawn, we're hopping into Factory. What are you expecting to see here?
We saw a lot of the utilization and the prioritization of the Dallas on the very, very last map, and I think that Breach Breach and Factory sort of follow that same sort of line of thinking. This is a very close quarters map. Factory ends up with a lot of linear sight lines, a lot of choke points, and I think Dallas or some sort of intel. We saw the Dallas locked in, but Dallas or some sort of intel is great on this map, because I think it benefits whatever team is going to be working, like whatever team that is going to be on the side of, right? Because of the fact that seeing those close corners and being able to clear those first on a map like this, where rotating is extremely easy for defense, I think that's going to play a huge role into how this game goes. That is a massive.
All right, so he's sticking to his guns. He's going with the runway again. Sticking to it. We see Dima on both sides. I love this. If this is the new meta, I love this. This is insane. Let's go. I can't wait for Rome to be on cast with me again, and I can just smile through the camera and he will feel it. Even if we're not on camera, he will feel that smile. Double Dimas, baby.
Exactly. I think that is a very interesting thing to see. Can't stop, won't stop. Locking in both demons on either side and still having that runway once again. They find value in that on the side of Corrupted Minds as we head right on into game here. Here we are. What could be winning point for Dr. Hop for team Dr. Hotbillies. I believe the score swapped at the bottom. Just cooking up the nade, tosses it out. That
Dr. Hotbilly
huge
leading
and
the way right now.
Yeah, that is going to be 1-0 for Dr. Hotbilly right now, not Corrupted Minds. As Corrupted Minds, though, they are in control of this objective here, killing a lot of people on the way in, not giving up any room whatsoever, trying to fight and managing to swing the corner. Hey, get the kill. Hey, look at the kill feed, Blue. All gold. Hey, that mastery system, though. That's the first non-gold I've seen in the kill feed.
That's what I was mentioning in the last game. It was a demolition, but I still saw a lot of gold. A lot of people grinding, putting in the hours so that they can give themselves the best competitive ability that they can, being that they can use any character they want with their favorite guns or the guns that are just really good right now. And look at that. Tykins, see you later, Drew. Down as Gioroli finds another one, KA-30. Although that's a gun Dima gets regularly, so no mastery needed for that one. Doesn't see the Mamba coming out from him, although we did see the last Dima in our last set using the Mamba. Ethan's is back, uses the Incend, but the control is in favor of Corrupted Minds, which is also interesting because they had control of the first objective, which at the same time you're like, okay, we can give that one up. It's okay, let's rotate for B. But here you just see it being 75-0 right now. Like Dr. Hotbilly have no answer for Corrupted Minds.
It seems like right now they are just, the score is 86-0, man. I mean, this is convincing, and not only convincing, this is clinical right now. Corrupted Minds are not giving an inch to Dr. Hotbilly's right now because they have not gained a single point for themselves so far. If you don't mind me asking, can I please see the scoreboard here, production? I'm curious as to how the flow of kills overall has been. And the kills are obviously lower on the side of Dr. Hotbilly's, but at the end of the day, they are not that low. Wow, he got stuck and then rolled into Kazaki and downs both of them. I mean, this is unfortunate. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, getting stuck with a Semtex feels bad, Fawn, but when you roll into your teammate, you just feel like a big dork.
Yeah, big old dweeb. Yeah, I mean, it's all it is that you can sort of deal with. Trying to push the corner, though. This is the few points that we've seen them gain here. Kazaki rolls around. Same thing with Volta. They're getting these kills. They are cleaning up here on King of the Hill. This is looking free.
Yeah, they can still win on the last 2 points, by the way. You know, it's 75 seconds, so if they full cap both objectives without any contest or having to retake, that's 150. So they can still win it straight up. But that also allows them to kind of just say, okay, we don't need to push it to sudden death just yet. We don't have to prepare for that. But if needed, just Kazaki, oh my goodness, just going crazy, more like it. He finds one, he finds another. Look at Gia. Finally gets taken out. Couldn't find the headshot. Hoppies was the one to take him out with the KA-30 in their name as well. Who is Hoppies playing again? That's the Hydra on him. Volta with this Hydra has been deadly already today.
Right now. And just get good kills, though. Swings around the corner. And I mean, the kills are checkerboarding, but at the end of the day, Corrupted Minds are still the ones with 146 points to 46 so far. The point is contested, though. Tries to move in, gets another down.
They only need 4 seconds. 4 seconds is all they need, Fawn. They just gotta get on the objective for 4 seconds. They have some time to regroup and push together as a team off respawns. They don't have the respawns in their favor at the moment. It's been taken away. A little rotation comes through, and look at this, Fawn. They might get it. 1 second away. There it is. They finally wiped them out.
Interesting score lines on either side as well. Tons of different downs. Look at Kazaki, man. 18 eliminations, 16 downs. The most downs in the game, the most eliminations in the game. He's going crazy. He's going nuts, honestly. I mean, that is wild to be able to see that. On the opposite side, though, Dr. Hotbilly's, the most downs they have are 11. That's all on one person. I think there is an issue, obviously, with them trying to take over sites because it just seems like Corrupted Minds are just way more prepared for King of the Hill. Maybe they turn this around here during the second round of King of the Hill on Factor.
Maybe they're just a respawn type of team. Lancer versus Lancer.
Ooh, wow.
Drew wins that one. Meanwhile, Hoppy's getting sniped on the other side of the map. A-Hill is the one to grab. 40 seconds remaining. Like you said, they're going to have to pick it up here if they want to win this 2-0 because they are down by 1. in King of the Hill. Resupply comes out from the briefcase.
Darces out the Semtex as well. Doesn't quite catch it. But we'll be able to find a couple downs anyway. Kazaki goes down here. This is looking a little bit different. Dr. Hot Billies. They have the lead this time. Only 4 points to the name of Corrupted Minds. They're able to fight things back. Uses the Merv launcher and tries to force things out. They get good damage, but no kills here. The nade is going to down the Lancer.
It is just an onslaught of util coming out with this runway team, especially with the Dima to pair with it. Grenade, Merv launcher, EMPs, then you can restock on your grenade and your EMPs. The Dima can do a lot of work here if they position themselves correctly. And this Dima, though, is not positioning themselves correctly. Jumping over the wall.
Oh,
Gia
man.
did find him as well, but he went down shortly after. This is a lot better scoreline for the side of Dr. Hot Billy. About 3/4 of the way through this round, they've got a lead. Starting to become a pretty sizable lead going into the fourth hill. 30 seconds left on the second hill. 67 and climbing, only 18 points in the first 2.5 minutes now. For the side of Corrupted Minds, they might be able to get some garbage time here, but I don't know. Hoppies is not looking like he wants to give it up.
Yeah, they're just
If they're
staying,
able to rotate with only 3 and leave Hoppies for the garbage time, that's massive.
Yeah, it seems like right now that might be the plan they're looking for. Dallas snaps his fingers and reveals one. It's gonna be a little bit harder of a retake here, but with the Merv launcher, anything is possible. Gets the down, gets the kill. They're sweeping in now, Dr. Hot Billies. They find 3 downs already, 2 separate kills, but one of them's down, not confirmed yet. There's 2 more coming off of the respawn timer here. They're getting kill after kill after kill. They make it onto site and are now just trying to hold on in whatever way that they can. They get killed, unfortunately, due to Corrupted Minds. And Billiams is the next one that goes down here. Corrupted Minds have finally taken over the site.
Kazaki did his best to kind of stall that push out from the side of Dr. Hot Billy. I mean, he got one down with his gun, got another with a Semtex, but he quickly went down afterwards. There was still 2 members standing from Dr. Hot Billy, so they were able to take control of that objective, and now the lead is just starting to grow for them, up by 50 points, as they're already on their rotation towards the final hill, and they're trying to shut them out of those respawns. Billiams just sitting back there. Garbage time being picked up. I don't know if he realizes that the garbage time might not be worth it, although it could be coming down to the wire, but they really needed his help. Respawns are not in their favor. This is massive, actually. You have to go back to him, because if he can win that fight in the back, he's going to control the spawns. And just when I say go back to him, he ends up falling to the Dallas. Oh my, they must have been able to use the reveal on him and get him out of there. He does come back off respawn and instantly gets a knock on a Drew, but it might be a little too late here with only 6 points needed. That's 6 seconds. Billiams holding Cubby. Hoppy's holding main. You've got another holding their own spawn. They don't want to allow anyone to come off of that. And that is going to be a loss, sending us into overtime. A 3rd round needed here in game number 2.
Now the kills are all looking peachy right now. 21 down still on Kazaki. Still the most in the entire game. Putting the team on his back almost. In a very, very big way right there. I mean, it is looking crazy for his KD, but in the overall flow of the match, Dr. Hot Billies they've made their comeback here. They clapped back in the 2nd round, and just like you mentioned it, Blue, here we are in round 3 talking about overtime. Kicking on all cylinders here, trying to see if they can do what they can to take us to grand finals if they end up winning the game.
Oh,
while still Corrupted Minds are just trying to fight back, but he loses the fight in mid.
Dude, look at this skin on this Hydra.
That's such a cool skin, man.
Oh
That's
my
actually
goodness.
a super dope skin. Sheesh. That's a
Using
cool skin.
Kestrel with this weapon. Oh my goodness. She looks good. She's getting paid, man. Putting up massive numbers with what could be a massive shift in the meta gun-wise, considering a lot of people are saying that Hydra is the best AR out there. And look at this. Meeting the Lancer again. Did she get stuck? Oh my goodness, just an inch away from him. Drew gets out of there as well. He's going to regen his health. He sees Hoppies, but Drew is still sitting on that corner. Kazaki knows he's just going to retreat, go back, possibly pick up the last 2 seconds of that objective. He's going to be coming around, trying to grab spawns maybe on the side that he's running through. He's going to be coming through what would normally be your ace site. And look at him! Drew's still sitting on the corner. He never knew he left. Oh my goodness, Kazaki. Drew, it kind of just went into sleep mode, it looks like.
Well, that's thanks to that quick and quiet. It's plays like that that show why Kazaki has the top downs, the eliminations, everything, right? Like, that is part of the biggest reason as to why I would be amiss not to mention that in its entirety. Using that to be able to rotate and make it out of the fray, but right on back into it. 27 to 71. Hot Billies are at least trying to put some more points up on the board. Destroys the briefcase. And they are going to leave Dallas on point here.
He could have used that. He could have used the briefcase for himself, then destroyed it. Oh, man. Rookie mistakes there. By the way, you saw there, you saw with Dallas and his util, the one he had ready to use on his screen was the syringe. They actually gave him a syringe and took the EMP out of his kit. So Dallas getting a lot of changes, especially since he's one of the free rogues that you can play as soon as you download the game. So the Riptide, a little bit easier for the newer players. It's given to them as the AR, but now, you know, people who aren't happy with that can change what AR they can use with them, which we've seen a couple times already today. And he also doesn't have EMPs anymore. He's got the syringes, give him a little bit of a health boost as well as a speed boost. Look at this. Speaking of speed boost, quick and quiet. Doing it silently, coming back, finding another one. Kazaki continuing the trend that he has set here. He is trying to will his team into a victory. Oh my goodness. Nice little double knock there from Drew. I like that Drew's using his favorite SMG. Even though I would say the 24S is better, he's using that LMPX, which is, you know, he plays Glitch and Talon so much that he's just gotten used to using that SMG. So he's using it here with the Lancer. I love it. That's something else that you can bring to the table with weapon mastery, right, Bon? Not just using the guns that are supposedly meta, but hey, I feel more comfortable with this gun, and now I can use it with the characters that I play.
Already 2 different downs as well. It's Corrupted Minds. Still holding on to this objective. This is the last point of this round. Tries to play E up top, but manages to get... Wow, they get 2 with 1 nade? Goodness gracious. They're looking great in control of this site right now. As I would imagine that they have to try and swing together on a lot more different things. They're taking a lot of these fights one-on-one, but that's the point, is that they aren't quite able to get these trays that they want. They get one down, snaps his fingers once again to try and go for the next reveal, but even still, this is looking difficult. It's looking rough. Try and be able to fight. He's in position. Now it's just a matter of choosing when they want to go in. If they swing together, it might be more likely this works out for them, but already 1 goes down and 2 more follow suit.
Everyone just got a kill for themselves there for the side of Corrupted Minds. They are able to finish that out and win game number 2 in a 2-1 fashion. What a way. They were blowing them out in round 1. They lost round 2, but round 3, it was neck and neck. It was 70 to 71. Let's take a look at these replays. Because after, after they got the lead by 1 point, they kind of just ran away with it at that point, Fawn.
That's what we saw during the last set as well. The team that ends up winning on Demolition is the one that loses the King of the Hill round next. And I think that just goes to show that there's a lot more consistency and preparation, I believe, personally, based off of what it is that we've seen so far. This might be a bit of a broad statement, but there's more time put into King of the Hill by certain teams as opposed to others, which goes to show that most people may not try and practice on King of the Hill as much. It may not show that they may not even put in as I'm sure they put in a tremendous amount of work, but it doesn't seem like they're able to put in quite as much as some of these other teams because they've lost consistently. Like, once again, those who win on Demolition lose on King of the Hill, and that is sort of the presence, that is the storyline that has been told so far. These teams that seem down and out tie things up and take us to a game 3, whether that's due to ill preparation or whether that's just due to them understanding how this map needs to be played or this game mode needs to be played a lot more, is neither here nor there. Corrupted Minds are the one that take it and tie things up 1-1 and take us to windward.
Little update for you in the bracket, by the way. Just Us Roco have made their way into the the finals, excuse me, for this week's qualifier. In today's bracket, they ended up taking down SMC. With how fast that was, I'm guessing it was a 2-0, unless they just speed ran through a 3-game. It was a quick 2-0 I am hearing from production, so I'm right there. But this could have been a quick 2-0, but instead, Corrupted Minds had other plans, pushing it to a game 3. Once again, game 1, Dr. Drhopbile was the Demolition winner with 8-1 victory, and then a 2-1 victory in King of the Hill for the side of Corrupted Minds. We're going to windward. It will be Demolition. We've seen this trend already today between SMCK and Tyson Mentality, where Tyson Mentality was able to force game 3 after winning game 2, but they just couldn't figure it out on Demolition. This goes all the way back to when we first added Strikeout into the competitive scene, right? Where it's in a best of 3, you can win every respawn, but still lose the set because you need to at least win 1 Demolition. That's changed, though, for the best of 5s because there's 3 respawns. But here in the best of 3, you've still got to find a way to win a Demolition. So, Fawn, what does Corrupted Minds need to do? If they bring out Runway again, especially.
They need to take some of the... This is something it is that we saw from last set that I hope that Corrupted Minds takes and utilizes into their own game plan for windward. They need to be able to take the momentum and the knowledge that they gain, not just from King of the Hill into Demolition. That's where we've seen some of these teams struggle. It is the adaptation from moving from King of the Hill back to Demolition and the score line being an astronomically large lead, just like before, because of the lack of adaptation. Take information that you've learned, translate that into more of a Demolition sort of mindset, and you'll be able to take these wins and have easier dubs that way. Because it's a matter of, once again, adaptation, not being able to utilize and adapt your strategy to a different sort of game mode as opposed to it just being available on King of the Hill.
Hey, the first intel we're going to get are the bans. There they are at the bottom of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Fawn, we won't see Anvil. We won't see Ronin again. So quick little backstory for you, Fawn. I don't know if you knew this, but Ronin's pretty strong. And Ronin can't be seen except by glitch. And also, Drew Whitlock is actually a disgusting Ronin. Probably one of the best, if not the best Ronin in the comp scene currently. So, I mean, Ink's up there with him in that. So those two can go at it with who's got the best Ronin right now. But they're banning it out. He can't play it. It's actually his team banning it out too. So I don't know if he agrees with his team. Like, he's got to be telling his team, like, come on, let me play him. Let me play her. I mean, you know. But hey, we aren't going to see Anvil. No shield plants, no shield diffuses. Ronin won't be able to walk around without being seen. What are we going to see here? We still going to see that glitch, even though Ronin's not there? I know we're probably going to see either a Seeker, most likely a Talon, though. And also, are we going to see a Vi on defense on this map? That's something we haven't seen in a long time. But when you are a team like Corrupted Minds and you couldn't win the last demo and you get blown out 8-1, who knows? Maybe try something crazy or try something old school that they won't expect. That could be a solution.
I'm definitely interested in seeing how these matchups can end up being played as well, because of the fact that we see them wanting to use Runway so consistently, right? They want to be able to see how they are going to stop this. And the primary reason why I'm interested to see if they pick the Runway here is because of the fact that Glitch is not banned. And Glitch, from what we saw from the very, very first game, really puts a hurt on Runway and her game plan. Having a character like that open means that it could be a lot more dangerous to allow something like that to be running free. They might go for the runway anyway, as we've seen them do twice now already. But with that glitch being apparent, I'm not sure if that's a good enough call, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, they brought it out on offense and defense of their demolition. Didn't work out for them, except for one round, really. But they also
Yeah.
brought it out in the respawn, and it worked out for them the entire time. So it's going to be interesting to see if they pull out the runway on this map. This map, though, is a lot different than Breach, right? Still kind of big, still kind of long sight lines, very DMR heavy. But this is also another map where things could get a little crazy, right? A lot of close range battles, especially inside the bar if you go towards that B site or that A site, excuse me. And then the B site where it's long range. You go across the zip line, you can sit up and mark it, or you can, if you're the attackers, you can take control of trucks in the back, and then you have their control of their side of their spawn. And Fawn, I guess all of that is going to have to wait, and we'll see what is going to happen exactly, because we're jumping into the game. It's game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's Corrupted Minds versus Dr. Hotbilly. We're tied 1-1. The winner will face Just Us Roco in the finals. It is qualifier number 2 for our $10,000 Road Cup in the month of September. Brought to you by CheckmateGaming.com. I'm Blue, joined by Fawn. I know you're excited, Fawn. So am I. It's game 3. It's our second game 3 today.
Yeah, second game 3 today, and I was more so looking at the runway hover right now. I wonder if they were going to still try and stick with it. I mean, I mentioned it before. They already picked it twice already, win or lose. They feel like it's there. Hey, Dr. Hotbilly, they are picking up a runway of their own. This is a runway mirror, actually. 2 fixers, 2 runways, and the differentiator here is the Trench and Dahlia compared to Dallas Dahlia here. That's interesting. I am interested to see how this match is going to play out. I imagine with how big Windward typically is, we're going to see a lot of those longer sight lines try and be contested. We've seen DMRs here before, a lot more longer range guns. I think Fixer is a great character to be able to utilize that on. But with the Weapon Master, we might even just go ahead and see the Mambo. We might even see how well he can use those smokes because of how strong that gun is.
All right, I just need you to understand right now, Fawn, how annoying this comp would be to be facing against this, okay? As we're dropping in for round number 1. The defenders are going to have, at some point, they will have 3 Semtexes.
Yes.
2 C4s. 6 trophies. 10 trip mines, okay? 10 trip mines. Dahlia will have 6 grenades. Okay? She gets 2 on the double upgrade. Links for a third one onto the passive from Trench. Resupplies for another 3. Possibly. Could just give her 2. So 5 or 6. Still, that's a lot from one person, Already, a lot is happening. Downs coming through. Kazaki did find Hoppies. They finished them off as well. And the defense, well, all that util's irrelevant in the first round. It kind of just fell apart. It's 1-0. Corrupted Minds lead.
It fell apart at the sign of that first down. Hoppy's getting downed and killed immediately was definitely not the play. I mean, you can say that about like a lot of different things, but that particular down was already huge because not only did it give up mid control, it means that Fixer was pretty much off on an island by himself. Dahlia was sitting there trying to see if she can cook up the nade. She threw it out. She managed to get it down just from off of her gun skill alone. But everyone else was already mostly by mid. They pushed her out of mid. They realized that she was by herself, and that's why everybody grouped up, got that kill, and then proceeded together. They sort of just deathballed their entire composition. And so since that's the case...
how did you not see him?
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, that's
right
just...
in the right side of the scope. Hello? Volta is able to finish him off, too, with the grenade. That's just a misplay from Drew at that point. Maybe he's just feeling himself picking the runway, or maybe they knew they needed to have it with how much util potential they could have, but they are falling apart once again. I don't even think the briefcase came out. It did come out for the attacking side, however. They've had 2 members being taken out very early as well. Listening to the trophies tick away in mid. Could possibly find some way. Got the bomb back in their possession. That's step 1. Hoppy's got revived. Oh, the defense is playing this so passively, Fawn.
Just watch for a rotation. Oh, they end up not getting the kill on him too, especially with 2 of them swinging. Fixer rotates around 2, and they try see if they can hit up a 2v1. They get the down, but they get traded out immediately. Hey, Williams playing behind that car, such great mid positioning, allows him to be able to get those 2 kills, cements that round, and we're looking at a 1-1 tie so far.
Yeah, Billiams also picking up the Hydra was a large part of why he was able to get those double knocks and end that round. But, oh, man, the main reason why Hoppies goes down there, he retreats. That was good of him, but you don't expect the runway on the other team to have a syringe in her pocket, which she did. So she picked that up off of a dead man's body, and that came in handy. Allowed her to refuel, speed up, and get that knock on the Hoppies. But, again, Billiams was there, ready and waiting with the Hydra that Drew just donated to him because he gave his life away after he was scoping in. Look, he's in the same spot. Is he going to do the same thing? No. He played a little bit more passively this time. He's all the way behind tower there, you can see. Trying to scope someone. You can see G just trying to find anyone trying to challenge him for the 3rd time now in this game. Ethan's playing right in mid. You have to guess he's set up barbed wire, which you can melee to destroy again. Billiams finds Tykins. That's massive.
Actually, this is too good to sell.
Yeah, so far, so good. It's looking pretty clean on the side of Hot Billies as the Semtex gets tossed out. Everyone has to roll away. And they're actually trying to retake or at least go over through mid. Now that the bomb is dropped, the fact that that ended up happening was already bad enough. They get it down, and then even one of the members also ends up disconnecting, I believe. So now they're looking at a 2v4 right now. Another one gets down. Dahlia swings out, manages to get the kill, but it's not enough. The round is lost in its entirety.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That person can still, that's Kazaki actually, who's been doing very well for this team in the last game especially, but also, you know, started off pretty strong in this game. They can still rejoin, and there you go. Looks like they have done so. I was going to say, you can't restart. If they don't rejoin by halftime, you can restart, not restart the game, but start another lobby and then play with the score you have from halftime, but only at halftime is that available. If it's past the half, they're going to have to try and reconnect. If it's before the half, you can still try and reconnect as well. And that's exactly what happened there. So Kazaki back in the saddle, ready to go. Dallas, the lawman, ready to arrest someone. Hoppies. That's beautiful play from Hoppies. He can hear those goggles be popping, and he just sits behind the wall and says, 6 seconds, you got it. You ain't going to see me.
Right now, they're already trying to push him aside. Volta gets one down. That's for right now. This is a great position for them to be in. They push in, though, and get down, and get killed by the trip mine. Gets hit an E! Oh, my goodness. They just clean everything up there, man. They push and get a little bit too aggressive. They just need to hold.
Oh, wait, no, Dallas is
like,
not. Okay.
No.
He reconnected, but not in time to be alive for this round, I suppose.
That's still so unfortunate, man. I am floored. A bit flabbergasted as to why they would push with the bomb planet. Because they end up hitting a trip. And that's on them being aggressive, which they don't need to do, like, at all, actually.
Just caught the end of that in that replay, but oh my goodness. Just... that goes with just being able to play the game and grind. You know, all these different angles. Look at, we catch it this time. There we go.
Oh my gosh,
knowing
dude,
how to do
crazy.
that. Oh my goodness.
Right
Everyone
under the
watching
tire.
this is going to start doing that. Yeah, they're going to start doing that in my ranked games now. Going to have to look there even more against everyone If I recognize the name and I'm like, oh, that's a great player, I know I got to look in certain spots. I know they're going to be looking through certain spots. Now I got to do it every game, giving away the secrets here, but they're doing everything they can to win. Nice shot by Drew. E also putting up some nice shots with that devotion in his hand as well. You see the Deadeye in the hands of Tykins. He's playing very far up onto this site with no smoke in his way. Look at this. Ooh. Almost a headshot. Must have hit him in the neck. Only 70 damage coming out from him.
Oh, he stuck him.
Grenades being... Oh, my goodness. He stuck him through the smoke, finds a double with it.
His teammate again. He stuck him, and then he rolled into his teammate again.
Look at that! A trip mine kill from Drew. He's on the ground. And he had a trip mine to the right. Protected himself with a trip mine.
What is this,
revived.
man?
They defused the bomb. Disgusting. You got to watch out. They're going to have 10 trip mines, right?
That's, there's so much util that went out that entire game, man.
10 trip mines.
That is so crazy. That is wild.
That's disgusting.
Man. That is insanity, dude. That is
I don't know.
Like,
it's like walking through a minefield, man.
Literally. Like, I don't... First it was the Simtex, it was the C4, and then it was the trip. Like, there's so much util that you have to worry about.
I've Michael Bay movie. Nice everything's blowing up. Kills in the past on broadcast, but they're just going to get absolutely ridiculous now. Runway being available. I mean, Trench, you can destroy his barbed wire. Everyone just cluster throws on trophies now, but he can come back into some niche maps, I guess.
Yeah.
Niche situations is what it's looking like with them. Billiam's backing up. He's going to be rotating back towards mid, it looks like. Look at this. Triple trophy. He's got a trip mine on him as well. Look at this. He's got a Devo in his hands. He doesn't have an MXR in his kit anymore. He exchanged it for the Devo, and they're going to push into him. Down goes one. The trip mine, the Semtex, they're all paired up, ready to go. There's a trip mine kill from Ethan. Oh, it finished him off, but still.
Runway has
Trench can also change out his AR.
Yeah, yeah. He would be able to do that, yes, you're correct. As for right now, and that unlimited ammo as well, like, they are holding angles right now, but gets swung on. Goes down, gets the kill. C4, not going to quite find it, tries to swing and gets traded. That's going to be a round for Corrupted Minds. My goodness, man.
It's a good thing Dallas reconnected, huh?
Yeah, right? Otherwise, it would have been a big problem.
He got the most downs, and he missed 2 rounds.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. That is such a crazy thing to think about.
You take point.
Wasn't even there for 2 rounds.
A round and a half, maybe.
Here it is. Well, it's more so a round and a half.
I didn't catch if he died the round he disconnected.
He did not. He did not, I believe. Wait, no. He definitely did, yes. He disconnected after he died. He was already downed, and then he disconnected.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I can't recall if he played that round, because then it would only be like a round and a half, or maybe just 1 round.
Right, yeah.
No matter the case, he's back, and he is trying to help his team out here. They're losing 4-2. It's the final round of the first half before they switch sides. Oh, that grenade snuck past that trophy somehow.
Yeah.
I think they threw 2 at once, so the trophy could only destroy 1 thing being thrown at him. He gets picked up, however. Look at those shots coming in from that Hydra. Those were deadly, right on the head.
Oh, was that a collateral?
He's still alive! Oh my goodness, Drew is still alive. Finally goes down. Trip mine finished off someone else as well. 5-2, we're going to the half, and Runway is putting on a show.
Was that a collateral? 2 of them got down at the same time from the sniper that Runway was using. I don't...
No, it wasn't a collateral. Someone just bled out. And then when you kill the 4th member now, it doesn't show the down arrow. It just shows them being killed. Because technically...
Really interesting.
The last person alive.
I was wondering, because it looked like on the feed, it looked like on the feed that it popped up at the same time, like twice. Like,
Well, the other person was still alive, but they were down. So they both, when he killed the last member, they both technically died at the same time.
yeah. Okay, that
The
makes
other
sense.
person just bled out. Yeah. They can't get up. They're not shock. Can't get up on their own. So the round just ends. Little double knock. No collat there.
And there's the glitch as well now. I definitely think that this is...
Yeah, no runway for him this time. Dr. Hopbilly on attack. Seems will not have the runway. They're bringing on a demon defense, though, from Corrupted Minds. That's pretty interesting, Fawn. No trench for them with the runway. But they did have a Dema. Now they do not have a Dema.
Straight to the Shadow Realm with him.
Yeah, he's out of here. See you later, Dema. Vote to kick after they seen him lock in the Dema. Defense Dema,
seems like it was...
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, already kicks him off. Too many people voted immediately. Volta goes down to the start. And just get a good kill. And now he's using his iPhone right there, his little cell phone. But he's actually going to get down there.
Yeah, Kazaki able to win that fight. Has someone trailing him too, just to kind of help him out here. Only 3 of them, but 2 of them are putting in some work. Kazaki and Gia. One's doing some big numbers here.
Oh, he got stuck.
Nice stick. Gia finds him as well. Kazaki finds E. The bomb has been planted, however, so they have to get this, which means it's going to be a 1v1. While the bomb plant's going off, they down each other, but it does the job.
Mission failed.
Man oh man. Corrupted Minds making this a 3-5. 3. Very symbolic of how many players were in that round and are still remaining here. They clutched that out with a 3v4. That is not easy to do. And they played it extremely well. Playing, especially with them having to have played, with them needing to have played retake. And that's how that went. That's crazy.
Man, we'll see if they can adapt. Only 3 people, and they're able to get the round in their favor here. 5-3 the score now. Dr. Hopbilly still lead. It is game 3. Winner has to face just us in the finals for today at a chance at becoming either the 3 or the 4 seed in our main event at the end of the month. Volta playing in the back of Pit. Leaning towards staircase, however. Bomb is on the back of Dallas. He ends up getting shot a couple times. Hoppies did find Kazaki. And that's massive. Drew finds Volta. What a ego chow there, but there was 2 of them, so a nice little double peek on that ego chow. Riptide on the back of Dahlia. She's running through mid. You can see Runway is on the runway.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
The runway. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Gia, 1,
That's
2.
Crazy.
I was about to say, this runway is a runaway, but she just turned around and changed the whole momentum here. C4!
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, that just finished off one. I saw the hit marker and thought maybe. I also said C4 for some reason. That's a Semtex. Thought she stuck someone with it, but she did not. Another Semtex there. Another one to the left. Bomb has been planted. This is not looking good, though. They're just going to play hideaway. I don't think they realized he was right behind him, crouching.
Yeah, didn't check. Man, oh man. Say reconnect, I believe I see right now. It is, yeah. So Demon's back. Demon's back here and in the fray.
Was the one who disconnected this time, so now they're back.
And we'll take
the one who had the most downs DC'd and came back. Now the one with the least amount of downs is DC'd and come back. We will see how well they can do now. Only needing 2 more rounds, Dr. Hopbilly pushed themselves into the finals. Corrupted Minds having a little bit of a tough time battling internet and enemies in the game at the current moment here. Tykins. Oh, listen to that. I gotta like stop talking every time he snaps the fingers. It's so satisfying. See, nice shots coming out. A little bit of help from Volta's nade as well. They want to end this game as quickly as possible by taking out 2 more. Excuse me, they don't want this game to end very quickly. They take out the last 2 members. They're going to defuse the bomb as well. That's a nice pinch, 2-2, the way they split up. And that's only available when they have all 4 members. Deciding who's going to defuse the bomb. I don't think you get any money for defusing the bomb, so Dima doing this is
No time to wrap that up.
kind of irrelevant. Last time I checked, you don't get money for defusing the bomb.
I am not too sure either. I'm not sure what they were going for there with the defuse. I'm not too sure about that. Seems like right now 14 and 13. There's lots of downs and eliminations that have been going on in this game. It has been a constant back and forth. Even with one member down, they were at least able to win a singular round. Now the score is looking 4-6. Right now, Dr. Hotbillies only need 2 more rounds to be able to win this and take us into grand finals here. Because things are going neck and neck right now.
My man Fawn has got a time machine skipping a grand finals at the end of the month already. Oh my goodness, don't spoil it for us. I repeat, do not spoil it, but tell me who's going to win so I can make a fat bet with someone, Fawn. We'll talk after. Trying to win some money, man. The players are doing the same thing, trying to win some money, that is. $1,000 on the line today, $400 to that first place team. Whoever loses here gets $100 for finishing in top 4 and not being the top 2. Bomb has been planted once again. All 8 rogues still alive now. His corrupted minds are looking for a breakthrough, and that might just be what they're looking for. Find Billiams, find Ethans, but 2 of them get taken out as well, so it's an even 2 for 2. Dallas gets revived, but Glitch goes down shortly after. Ethan's trying to play a little bit of crouch spam. Doesn't matter. All 4 down. Can they make it back to the bomb? I think they got this. I think it's safe to say Dahlia is going to make it there. We're going to have a 6-5 game now. Dr. Hotbilly had like a 6-2, 6-3 lead. And it's now dwindled down to just 1 round separating these 2 squads.
Yeah, it's crazy how much they managed to close the gap. Corrupted minds, 5-6. Just like you said, 1 more round. And things are already tied up. Potentially, if they end up getting this win here. So once again, Dahlia end up linking to runway. One jumps out of the plane. Sky dives right on into the battlefield. So we're here for round 12. Got Fixer and Dahlia on the other side together.
I am sweating so hard right now, Fawn. We've seen 2 players have connection issues. We've seen you have connection issues. I'm afraid.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Gods, they're going to hit me next, man. I'm sweating. Speaking of sweating, Drew has to be sweating after he narrowly escapes with his life there, trying to get to cannons on the side of this A site. Bomb in hand, 6-5 your score line. Billions trying to make a push towards the site, uses the smoke. Maybe a hack's coming through. Just to see if they need to clear any trip mines, possibly. No, he still has it in his pocket, so Runway wasn't able to set any of those up on the objective for the defenders. They get a bomb planted pretty easily once again. A lot of util and shots were coming out on that bomb site, but no trip mine. And even so, they'll have the glitch to let his teammates know if it's there. They've pushed back up onto that half wall on that site, but look who's behind them. Ethan's kind of just holding in the back. There's 1 onto Drew. Billiams goes down as well. Kazaki finishes off Billiams. The runway ult comes out. Refueling. Little dancing with the 1v1. Will the bomb go off?
Oh,
Yes, it
my
will.
Goodness. Wow. What a time, man. Great clutch as well to be able to get the kills they need to make sure they can at least keep pressure on the person defusing the bomb. The bomb may have already blown up, but my goodness, man. I mean, they still brought him low. So Dahlia swings that corner, he dies immediately if that bomb does not go off. Even still, that is a round for Dr. Hot Billies. Now we are on match point, set point for Dr. Hot Billies here in semifinals.
Match and set point. All they need to do is plant the bomb successfully or get 4 kills there. Wipe out this enemy team. Shots already being fired. Someone was contesting in mid against the Dallas. I think that's Kazaki was challenging, I think, Billiams possibly through mid. It would have been Billiams or Ethan's, both of them contesting that middle. Now another rotation coming. Tykins is going to be there, but he just rotated out, going back towards pit. So he's going to just try and help his team out. Gia just holding this angle, using the briefcase pretty early here. No trip mines either. 2 totally different playstyles in these runways here on defensive windward, right? You saw the trip mine prioritization coming out from Drew. It's all Semtex when it comes to Gia, with the sniper rifle being that dominant weapon they're using as well. I don't know if they like the Hydra or they're just trying to get that one shot down. Ooh. Big play from Tykins. He's reconnected with the Demon. He's made some massive plays with that Merv launcher, getting Drew for the 3rd straight time now. Finds a way to finish him off, but a nice, beautiful C4 from Billiams. That C4 update has helped out a lot of people being able to throw it. It kind of just gets to its location quicker, a little bit smoother on the release.
Friendly's eliminated.
Oh,
but he will not survive. Speaking of surviving, Corrupted Minds will survive yet another round here in this game. 6-7.
Oh man, it's getting down to the wire.
Yeah, this could
They've
go
like all but tied
the
this game
way.
It could. It is like right there at the very end of it. Like they have gone the distance. They have done everything but tie it up exactly. And here we are, 6-7. Corrupted Minds, off the back of a couple of DCs, almost tie this game up. We are still on set point here, Dr. Hot Billies. It is entirely up to them how this match will go. So they've already made their way seemingly onto B site. People are rotating over, realize they've got the intel. The bomb's already been planted. And now it's a matter of playing that post play.
Surprised to see we haven't seen a seeker today.
Yeah.
Just going with that Dallas option. The changes that have come to his kit possibly being a reason. Also, just being able to use any gun you want with that ability. Giving people more comfortability. Nice shots coming out from Tykins with the
they can't even stop him with the defuse.
No, they cannot. They are getting smoked out. It's a clam bake over there. Another smoke goes down. Incend to stop them as well. And a second member is able to defuse the bomb.
Wow, man.
Look at that. Was that all 4 members of the defense still alive? Or the attackers, I'm sorry? All 4 members of the attacking team were still alive. What a retake there. Beautifully done. We're going to overtime. First overtime of today. Second game 3. 7-7. All right,
it is.
Fawn, if you're the attackers, you've gone both sites. It's worked out on the plant, but it hasn't worked out on the retake. What are you doing here?
I think what I'm doing is I'm playing a little bit more passively. I'm trying to gain intel. Nobody's pushing up. They know that they have a sniper on their side, so they're going to be watching longer angles. Oh my goodness, that almost spelled trouble for that jump. If we would have jumped again in line of sight. But even still, like I'm here to burn utility. I'm not here to really necessarily commit to the site, but I am here to necessarily burn the utility. They don't really have anyone that would make good flankers. I mean, Dallas has those padded footsteps perk, but I don't think that's going to be good enough. It's not anything like a Lancer, right? You're not really going to see her really being utilized here. Everyone's just, once again, playing defensively. They're playing passively, playing default, and some people would say, just to see if anybody tries to push in, anybody tries to gain any sort of information. They get the smoke down. It's a matter if they utilize this to try and push in. One of them gets, oh, this is already not looking good for Dr. Hotbillies right now. Already one of them are out of the fray.
Yeah, and that's exactly why they were playing passive, because you don't want to be the one to die first and give your team the disadvantage in a 7-7, especially when your job is to plant the bomb.
Oh, and the
go
bomb.
Down. Yes, the bomb was in the hands of Fixer at that moment. And that was also your Dahlia link. So now you don't have bomb, and you don't have a Dahlia link that could be used. It's going to be tough. Dr. Hotbilly. Nice incend. Will that down him? No. But he does kill himself with his own incend after he got down. So now it's a 2v3.5, I would say. You can still get the res on this Dahlia. They're going to look like they're going to take over the defender spawn in pit. They get the bomb planted. Tenacity keeps him alive off that Semtex. Kind of just sat on it and took it right to the butt. Gia finds Hoppies. They're going for the defuse. Glitch all alone by himself. 5 health to his name.
Oh, that's...
And it looks like the defuse came through. That's the game.
it.
Yeah, the defuse came through.
Comeback.
A little abrupt end, but hey, Fawn, what a game, right? I mean, 2 disconnects, and the team that had both disconnects, they reconnect, and then they start winning, or they start tying the game. It was 6-2, 6-3, 6-4, 6-5, 7-6, 7-7, 8-7. What a comeback from a team that went down in the set 0-1 and then almost lost the King of the Hill when they had to go to an overtime when it was 1-1. Whew, they've got to be breathing a sigh of relief now. Corrupted Minds defeat Dr. Hotbilly. I'm sure we're going to have some series highlights come in here shortly. So, Fawn, I want to hear your thoughts on this matchup as an entirety, right? The whole thing, all 3 games, because that was a ride of emotions going through that last game.
It was, and I think that things started off extremely well in the beginning for Dr. Hotbillies, because obviously it's something that we've seen all day today so far. We have seen a situation where the first demolition map goes extremely well for one team, and then falls off in King of the Hill. And then the last set it was that we saw before this one, they weren't quite able to take the momentum and what they learned here. Here, we've seen this so differently. We've seen this in a situation where they have managed to push in time and time and time again, so aggressively on the side of Corrupted Minds, and they've been able to make them play to their pace forcibly. In the very, very first match, when we're looking at Breach, it's not looking too good for them at first. I mean, 8-1, that's not a great score line at all, only being able to take 1 game. But the more you think about it, the more you realize that they really took that loss to heart. King of the Hill goes by, it looks way more convincing, and then we have it here, where they make a full-on comeback, and they play even well with 2 men down. 3v3 twice that game, and they still end up winning this so far. So as a whole, I would say that they've taken what it is that they learned in the very, very first game. 8-1 never happened again. They made sure that was not the case on this demolition map on Windward. During King of the Hill, they clearly showed that they had learned something, making it obviously a 2-1 and having very dominating leads as well in King of the Hill. And then, of course, we end here on Windward, where we see them play out of their minds. They are playing passively. They know they are playing defense. Okay, we're playing defense. We don't need to push. They're the ones that are fighting against the clock. The clock is in our favor. We don't have to do anything that's going to overextend, to overpush, to do much of anything that's going to cause them to, that's going to cause us to step out of line. And they knew that. And a lot of those times they were just playing defensively. Right here, this is where I think it goes awry, because they plant the bomb down. I believe it is either round 11 or round 12. They plant the bomb down. All 4 attackers are just like off site, expecting to play nades. and you have Edema on the other side. Everyone's grouped up around corners. They're using the Merv launcher. They're forcing people out of these angles, using their own utility, and it's not working for them. And that means that Corrupted Minds has that much pressure to the point to where nobody's playing up, nobody's playing to the bomb, and look at what it did. 8-7 is how they finish off this set.
It's also a massive improvement when you look at game one when you lost 8-1 in a demolition. Maybe they're just not used to playing breach demolition, which means they got to hop in the lab and get to it. Also, game number 2. You know, I hate saying it in a best of 3, but it was a reverse sweep, I guess. I mean, a 1-0 lead is not that big of a reverse sweep, but it is what it is. Dr. Hotbilly take game 1 8-1, but games 2 and 3 go to Corrupted Minds. So Corrupted Minds, being led by Tykans, who we've seen many times before, will be heading to the finals where they will be facing off against Just Us. Just Us, well, they're looking to rebound off of what was a disaster. And you know what they say, right, Fon? There's a first for everything. Well, last week, there was a first. Just Us will not be your first seed going into the main event, which is not that big of a deal. They've been a 2 seed a couple of times, 2 to be exact, but they won't be a 2 seed either. They ended up losing in the semifinals to the team that won last week's tournament bracket. This week, however, they want to secure that number 3 seed. The only way to do that is to win, and they have to go against Corrupted Minds. That is coming up right after this break.